Do you remember how exciting social media used to be? It felt like internet had actually made friendship more fun. You could share your random thoughts, post blurry selfies with zero pressure, and find your people with just few clicks away. Facebook walls were chaos. Instagram was just filled with brunch photos and badly lit sunsets. And we all loved it, to be honest. But now feels like an endless performance. Everyone's trying to go viral, look perfect, and show off how productive, rich, fit, and how good or how aesthetic their life is. And if you're not posting, it's almost like you don't exist or you didn't do it. So here's the real question: what happened to that social media being social? Where did all the fun go? Where did that joy go? Where did the real connection that you were finding once back in the day with your friends on social media go? Let's talk about it, because something has changed and we all feel it. I'm a 90s kid. I've seen it all. From Orkut to Facebook, from MSN Messenger to Instagram Reels. I have watched social media evolve from curiosity to lifestyle. At first, it was all about connecting to your near ones and dear ones genuinely, right? So now it's more about impressing and influencing and go with what algorithm wants. All this monetization and attention span grabbing from all the industries are made this entire social media platform as money mongering machine where you give your attention and you only see what they want to see. So social media didn't just evolve, it adapted into every part of our lives. It has come to a point where social media has become a validation point for every one of us, and we seek validation by posting pictures and stories and whatnot on this particular platforms. And with that evolution, something simple and beautiful got lost: the fun. Posting used to be casual and fun. Blurry pictures, random thoughts, those banters with your friends, pulling each other's leg on social media platforms. It was just casual and fun, right? But now we are all curated perfectionists, where we use a lot of filters, we edit hours together to post a single picture or a single video on these particular platforms. And we plan ahead. We buy clothes according to what we need to post on the social media. Anytime we go on a trip or somewhere, we buy a lot of clothes, wear more than what it is required just because of the social media. So you see something, you need to wear that. If an influencer wears some sort of dress, and if they go to a particular destination, we want to have the similar kind of a dress, and we want to have a similar kind of a setup when we post something on our social media platforms. We have come to that particular stage. So everyone's trying to be a brand. Everyone's trying to go viral for whatever reason it is, right? Back in the days, it was about sharing and connecting with real people and the genuine people. And social media, in fact, in the first place, it started to get more people connected digitally and have some sort of connections made which are meaningful, so that you can share and exchange with each other. But now it's all about curating and impressing each other, right? In chasing perfection, we lost joy, we lost fun, we lost play, we lost that innocence on social media that we used to have once. And when we started caring more about how things look, it became less about connection and more about showing off. As we started to care more about how things look and how we are putting out ourselves on the social media platforms, for most of us, social media has become a flex platform. More than connecting to the right people, more than gaining what we want to have it has become a flex platform for us, where we share about travel, aesthetics, gym, gains, job wins, performance, etc., etc. It has become an endless performance in your life, where it has reached to an addiction kind of a thing for most of us, and we are not able to come out of it. So there are a lot of people who are living in this particular zone of a bubble of social media, that if I don't post it, did it even happen? There are a lot of questions which comes and which arises that, hey, you went on a trip, you didn't post a picture, you didn't post a reel, what happened? So it has come to a normalcy that if you do something very interesting for yourself, it has to be shown on the social media for your followers or for your friends. If not, it's almost like you don't exist, or it's almost like you did not do it. And you have that kind of a guilt for yourself that, I could have posted this picture, I could have posted this video. I don't know what I'm going to answer my friends that, if I don't post this, and if they ask me, why did I not post it? These kind of questions are quite common with most of the people who are kind of addicted to social media, right? If you want to know more about why you are addicted to your phone and social media, I have made a separate video for that. Please check out here or the link in the description below. So life right now has become a highlight reel and not a story. Every achievement that you do in your life has become a content. So you have to post it. If not, then that achievement goes waste. So it has come to that particular point right now. And I feel silly sometimes, but that's reality. And most of us are living in this social media bubble. So life has become a highlight reel for most of us, and it is definitely not a story to share with your friends, or it is definitely not a story to share with your near and dear ones, because everything is seen on social media nowadays. When we are quite busy with posting our curated content where it signifies or it shows that we are quite happy, we are also trying to decode things from our friends' lives or our followers' lives, that what's happening with there, by checking out their reels or checking out their stories or checking out their posts that they do. I'm not sure how to put this topic across, but I don't know, I feel quite silly, and also I feel quite sad that if there is a person who posts a sad story for whatever reason it is, right, we have come to a stage to conclude and have a conclusion that this person is dealing with something. It doesn't really matter if he or she is actually seeking out for a real help, or if they are playing around with their social media platform. But we have come to a stage that to understand, based on the posts and stories that they put, we predict their mood. Okay, this person is really happy in this particular point of time, and if this person is really doing well because of all the posts and stories that they are sharing. And social media has become now a validator, basically, right? And also it helps you in predicting the mood, apparently. So all the posts and all the captions and all the reels and all the videos that we put out apparently predicts and showcases our mood. Whether it is true, whether it is right or wrong, whether it is true or false, it doesn't really matter. But for your followers, they kind of gauge your mood based on the posts that you do. If you don't post for quite some time, hey, there is something really wrong with this person. What's happening in his life? Why is he not posting? Maybe he's doing a detox, maybe he's completely out of social media, but who knows? You don't speak to them, you just predict, and you just do some sort of conclusion that there is something wrong with this person. No, absolutely not. Please try to have real connections and talk to that person if you have a genuine care and concern. If not, don't assume things that there is really something wrong because of just because they don't post on social media. There is really nothing wrong with that person. They are absolutely fine. Until and unless you want to check on them, don't make any sort of conclusions or don't make any sort of predictions, right? And while we are all editing emotions online, something deeper is fading in the background: our real friendships, right? So if you have a genuine concern about your friend, and if you have a genuine care about your friend or your follower for that matter, try to get in touch with that person and talk to them instead of predicting or concluding their life by their posts and captions and stories. That will be really good to have these real connections once in a while. So talking about friendships and losing the friendships in this social media era, right? Emojis and likes have replaced our real check-ins. We think we know someone's doing great because of their story, but people are struggling behind their feeds, right? So sometimes the happiest looking post comes from a loneliest places. We would never ever imagine where that is actually coming from. It's just a content for us. We just sit, enjoy, or pass a judgment or make a conclusion that this person is so and so, and we are done with that. But we don't value the real connections that we used to once have with our friends, right? We are present basically for the feed and absent from their lives. In my opinion, a real friend shows up and not just reacts to all these posts that you do. And when we disconnect from these real connections, we start questioning our own lives too. When we do something really amazing, if I didn't post it, did it even happen? That's the kind of feeling that most of us have. For example, you might have had a very good day at work, or you might have had a very great day at just by being yourself. Have you ever felt like it didn't count because I didn't post it on the social media? That's what social media has made us today. Experiences feel incomplete if they are not online. These experiences are to be cherished, but we are actually validating and judging based on how much likes and how much comments that we get on this particular platform, that which vanishes in a jiff of a moment. There are many people who just do things just to post about them. And now life has come to a point where it has become a content driven and not the experience driven. So gone are those days where you cherish all the good experience that you used to once have, and now the content is the king and your life itself is a content for everybody. So whatever you do, whatever you post it online, it has to be validated. And memory becomes secondary to metrics. And slowly we begin performing not just our life, but our entire identity. Talking about the identity, so we slowly go into the sort of identity crisis in one or the other form, and social media turns you into a brand, what it actually wants you to be. So you lose your identity by default and by naturally when you are so much addicted to social media, right? So you become what performs really well on internet. If you are a motivational guru and if it's getting you a lot of likes, you'll become that. If the gym grind that you do and if it is getting you a lot of comments and a lot of praises, you'll do more of that, whether you like doing it or not, but you will be that eventually, and you will definitely be trained. So who are you without the algorithm? There the identity crisis begins, and there exactly you will become what the algorithm wants you to be and what internet wants you to be and what internet wants you to do for all the people out there. We lose ourselves in what the internet rewards and for that cheap dopamine hit. So now that we have laid all out of it, what can we really do about it? Social media is not evil. It has evolved to a greater extent where you could benefit from it more than you could imagine. The key here is you need to be very intentional with social media. If it goes out of your hand and if you think that you are getting addicted to it, it's the time that you need to realize you need to take actions and you need to come out of it, right? The key is using it with intention and not being used by it. So the intentional usage of social media is something that we all need to cultivate, and we need to actually see where it is benefiting for us and where it is actually taking away our identity. So it's very important for all of us to think about how our well-being is taken away from the internet and also from social media platforms these days. A few things to try probably which could help all of us, right? So try to post those imperfect stuff on your social media platforms and be real, and you see how the world would react to these things. They might pull your leg on day one and they might also comment nasty on your posts, but are they being the same when you post your curated content on your social media platforms like how you used to do? That's a kind of an experiment that you could do and see who are your real followers and who actually cares for you really. Try to unfollow all of the celebrities which are quite draining your mind and also who are influencing you for every trips that you take and who are influencing you on your daily basis. Consume only as much as it is needed. Consume only whenever it is necessary. And most importantly, keep some memories offline just for yourself, and not everything needs to be posted online and not everything needs to be shown or not everything needs to be showcased to the entire world. There are some memories which should be quite personal to you, and it is quite important you cherish that by yourself and with your closed one and dear ones. Try to contact your friends directly and talk to them, if not regularly, at least once in a while, rather than sending some reels to them on Instagram or rather than just commenting on their posts. Try to have some real connections and see how beautifully it will turn out your relationship with other people, and you will definitely see the changes and how you will grow outside of social media by having real connections and not just likes and comments on the emojis which comes to your post. Ask always, would I do this if I couldn't post it? That should answer your majority of the questions that you have about social media, right? So if this is something that I'm not posting on social media and I still do it, that means you are quite enjoying it and that is something that you really want to do. But at the same time, if you are actually following the social media trend and if you're doing something only for the sake of social media, then that means you're trying to please people outside there and you're trying to grab attention and you're trying to what internet wants you to do. That will be fun for a day or two, but it will drain you out eventually, and that is not something that you want to do, and that is really not something which is good for your mental health as well. And always bring back that old joy. Use it for connection and not just for performance evaluation and not just for the metrics evaluation, right? And not everything has to be branded and not everything has to be quite financially evaluated. And there are something much beyond all of this, and it's a real connection that you need to find for yourself with what social media was intended to be originally in the first place. So that is the joy that we need to bring back in. And more of all, share joy and not just status, right? And also have some real connections. If this has resonated, drop a comment or share it with someone who needs to hear it. You're not alone in feeling this way. Let's bring back social media one post at a time. And let's have that joy and fun all together and see how the real connections can be made and re-established with humans again, right? Having all said that, I'm Sunil. I mostly talk about intentional living, social media literacy, AI literacy, and organic growth on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so and check out my other content for more such relatable videos on my channel. And see you all soon in another video. Until then, take care and stay safe.